Let's be honest for a moment. If Christianity were false, how would we prove it? Where would we even start? Well, Christians themselves tell us exactly where to look. The Apostle Paul said that if the resurrection didn't happen, then Christianity is useless, false, empty, and not worth believing. So that's our target. One event, one claim, the resurrection. So let's try to dismantle it. First question, did Jesus even exist? If Jesus is just a myth, the whole story collapses. But that won't work. Jesus is referenced not only in the Bible, but by non-Christian sources. Roman historians like Tacitus, Jewish writers like Josephus. Even critics admit this point. Jesus of Nazareth lived, and he was executed by crucifixion. All right, new angle. Did Jesus actually die on the cross? Maybe he fainted, maybe he survived. But Roman executioners were professionals. Crucifixion was designed to kill. A spear was driven into his side. Medical analysis says survival is virtually impossible. Even skeptical scholars agree Jesus died. So what next? Did the disciples steal the body? Think it through. These same disciples fled when Jesus was arrested. They were terrified. Yet shortly afterward, they're publicly proclaiming that Jesus rose from the dead, knowing it could cost them their lives. And it did. People may die for a lie they believe is true, but no one willingly dies for a lie they know is false. Maybe they hallucinated, but hallucinations don't happen to groups. The resurrection appearances are reported to individuals and crowds across different times and places. Hallucinations also don't explain the empty tomb. Ah, the empty tomb. That's a problem, isn't it? Because everyone, friends and enemies alike, agreed on one thing. The tomb was empty. If the body were still there, Christianity would have been crushed instantly. One body, one visit to the grave. End of story. So why didn't that happen? Why did the earliest proclamation of the resurrection begin in Jerusalem, the very city where Jesus was buried? Why did skeptics like James, Jesus' own brother, and Paul, a persecutor of Christians, suddenly convert after claiming to see the risen Christ? And here's the real question. What better explanation fits all the facts? Jesus existed. Jesus died by crucifixion. The tomb was empty. The disciples genuinely believed they saw him alive. Their lives were transformed. And the movement exploded despite persecution, despite no political power, despite every reason to fail. Christianity doesn't ask you to believe in spite of the evidence. It asks you to follow the evidence wherever it leads. And when you do, the uncomfortable conclusion isn't that the resurrection is false, it's that it happened.